What's going on, guys? It's Dasa here. So I know you have seen the whole video. It's about 30 minutes. It's very long. Okay, so now I'm gonna break it down for you in the description below, which phases and at what time it's gonna start, right? So this phase will end at a certain period, then after that the other phase will come in, and then the last phase will come in. So we are going to break this video into 3 main phases. The first phase is theory. Boring, but I have to tell you what is it about. And then the next phase will be the warm down and also warm up. And finally, the third phase and the most important phase of the whole video would be the exercises that you need to do to make sure that you are in the greatest shape of your life. So let's get into the video. The first phase of this video is to explain to you what is low back pain, how can low back pain occur, what are the structures involved, what are the muscles involved, and how are you going to go about this thing, right? So the first thing first is, what is low back pain? As you may or may not know, low back pain is one of the biggest problems we have nowadays, especially in the 21st century, due to the fact that we are a lot of people who tend to sit a long period of time. We have a lot of office jobs, or we do hard labors, or practically, a sudden movement due to very long inactivity can cause us to have a sudden jerk, a sudden pain, a sudden pull. All these kind of things will come into play, hence it will cause us to have low back pain. Now, low back pain practically is defined as the factor of you having a simple pain at your lumbar area, right? Which means it's right above your buttocks to the lower back around your thoracic area, right? Now, with that being said, if that area has a bit of pain, it is somewhat categorized as low back pain. The structures involved, the main structures involved in low back pain are the lumbar, the sacroiliac joint, your hips, and finally would be your lower limbs. The low back pain is somewhat rather a functional movement, right? Because your back and your lower back is the place where 90% of your body weight is held. Now, with that being said, a lot of people tend to misunderstand the factor that curing low back pain is only done by stretching. No such thing. You have to strengthen the muscle. For example, if you want to run a 100-meter sprint a lot faster, your coach will not only ask you to do a lot of quad stretches and hamstring stretches, he will also ask you to do a lot of explosive workouts. Why? Because more bigger muscles means more stronghold. More stronghold means more power, more endurance. So hence you'll be able to perform for a longer period of time, and that is the biggest function for today's video. Functional exercises which will allow you to carry on your daily activity without feeling pain, or to reduce the amount of pain as much as possible. So now, what is the function of the lower back, right? Or what is the function of the lumbar area itself? Its main function is for 2 things: flexion, extension. Rotation only happens at the upper level of the lumbar, which is combining to the thoracic, which gives you the rotational movement. So with that being said, the biggest way you can get a low back pain is due to overflexion or overextension. Now let's jump into the few factors which can cause you to have low back pain. First of all, poor lifting technique. Poor lifting technique is one of the biggest ways for you to actually get a back pain. The second thing can be due to overstraining your back or over-exercising your back for those who are very physically active. For example, you're going to the gym a lot of times, everything. And the third thing can be overuse injury, which can be seen in the factor of high level baseball league players or even golfers who will have this pain, right?
Once the swing and the finish, he's already hurting as he grimaces.
He suffered lower back stiffness after this slide. Stopped the momentum and he just slid underneath. I think what shook up Beltre is right there. Last couple of holes, what's going to happen? Is he going to cut? Oh, there it goes.
Now, as you may or may not know, low back pain is not something that occurs in one day. It is something that occurs after a recurrent injury, or let's say it is a build-up of pain that you would actually kind of ignore, or you would just put some Salonplast, or you would just take a spray, you know, and then just ignore it and you'll go away, but it will come back, and when it comes back, it's gonna be painful. So what are the major muscles which are involved in the back pain? And what are the muscles that are supposed to be stretched or supposed to be strengthened in this case to make sure that you do have the best benefit out of this whole video, right? So first of all, the low back muscles, the thing that you need to know is one, your erector spinae, next, your quadratus lumborum, the third one would be your gluteus maximus, medius and minimus, and finally, if you may or may not know, it's also connected to your lower limbs, which is your hamstrings and your ITBs and also your inner quads, right? As you may or may not know, we as human beings, when we sit and when we stand up, right, the body mechanics behind it shows that the first three muscles to be engaged are not our quads, not our abdominals, but it is our erector spinae, it is our gluteus maximus, and it is our hamstring muscles, which are engaged first for us to stand up. So if we do not focus on these three muscles, then obviously we are going to have a huge major problem in the recovery phase. So if you will realize all the functional exercises that I'm going to show you at the end of this video, which is going to be awesome, and stay through all the way, you're going to realize that I'm doing a lot of these exercises which focuses a lot on the hamstrings, the glutes, and also the lower back, because it is the way for you to actually strengthen your lower back, to have a more bigger support. You will be able to have a more functional full life. Alright guys, so you're done with phase 1. I'm glad you have done all the way. If you watched all the way, good for you. You have gained a lot of new knowledge. Now, in phase 2, we are going to talk about the pre-stretches and also the post warm-ups that you need to do before and after you're doing all these exercises. And practically, if you are a person who has low back pain, I highly encourage you to do these pre-stretches and pre-warm-up every day, right? Night before you sleep and morning after you wake up. Before you work out, there is one stretch that I will highly emphasize to you for you to do it before you work out and even after you work out. So when I'm going to show you all these pre-stretches and pre-warm-up videos, you will realize I emphasize on one simple movement which is going to be very beneficial for you to make sure that your low back pain cures as fast as possible. Alright guys, so I'm coming in from the voiceover. It's kind of funny, but hey, I'm feeling so awkward now with the camera in front of my face. Anyways, this is called the self-distraction, right? And this is what I was telling you, that one quick exercise which I really want you guys to do. So just find a place where you can actually be a bit of a height and then try to push yourself upwards, you know, like a tricep push down, or hang yourself like a monkey like what I'm doing now. Now this thing is such a great way for you to actually feel the distraction. You can feel really comfortable, and I want you to really feel relaxed. Focus on the grip and then try to just let go of your lats and let your whole body get pulled by gravity. That's the main point of this exercise, is for you to actually let your body relax and try to allow the gravity to pull your body downwards. Okay, so now the hanging one, right? This is the one I'm telling you guys. You have to do this every single time before you start your workout and every single time after you finish your workout. Why? Now, if you realize I've shown you two differentiate ways. One is for you to just push like a tricep extension way, and second is for you to hang using your hands, right? In a normal shoulder elongated manner. Now, for you to understand this, why do you need to do this? It's due to the fact that your body needs distraction, and this will allow you to naturally have it. If you visit a physiotherapist or you visit a chiropractor, chiropractors are going to give you this. They're going to crack your back and they would do somewhat of a pull, right? That's also called distraction. If you go to a physiotherapist, they have the traction machine in a supine manner, right? And I'll try to put out an image here to show you and give you an idea of what I'm talking about. And what they'll do is there is a certain period of time where your back is going to get pulled, and there's a certain period of time your back is going to get relaxed by the machine force. Now, for you to do this naturally, the only way for you to do this is for you to hang like a monkey, right? And also for you to push yourself up. Trust me guys, it may look funny, but if you constantly do this every single time before you work out, and hell, if you have a bar at your house where you can actually hang and your feet can start to get off the floor, it's already good enough for you to have this feeling. Please try this at home. Remember, the best thing for you to do is, if you can do it 3 times a day. 1 is after you wake up, 2 is before you sleep, and 3 before you do exercises and after you do exercises. Alright, I hope I did not scare you with that jump, and I almost fell doing that jump. So hey, don't forget to like the video, right? And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into a bit of yoga. Don't be scared, it's just very basic things. This is called the child pose, right? As you can see, every single time I do a new pose, I always put up what is the name of the exercise and also how many sets, how many reps, and how many seconds you have to hold. And if I put that hold at the top, it means that every time you reach the full contraction phase, I want you to squeeze the muscles that you need to for about 2 to 3 seconds and then relax, right? Now this is a child pose. The child pose is a fantastic way for you to actually engage and stretch your latissimus dorsi, because as you may or may not know, your lats has a very big and long insertion and origin, right? Now it does differ from a person to person. Some people have short insertions, some people have long insertions. However, when you do this and as you cross over like what I'm doing here, I'm giving you guys a front and a sideway view. This is a fantastic way for you to actually stretch your lats, feel more relaxed in your lower back, and try to ease your buttocks into your ankles. If you can't reach it, it's okay. It's now even I can't reach it, right? Because I do have a bit of tightness, and I understand that, right guys? But as you do it every single time, trust me, it's going to be fantastic on your back and you will feel great. Now the next pose here, this is called a upward dog pose. Now this upward dog pose is great for you to actually try to squeeze back your lower back, your glutes and everything, right? And let's say if you can't do the upward dog pose like what I did in the first place, this is a beginner's guide for you to actually go down on your hands and feel the stretch, relax for a while, and then you go back up first. Now the child pose is more for people who tend to do a lot of hard labor, right? They always stand, they always have a very erected posture, so you kind of have a stiff back. This upward dog pose is more for people who tend to sit in the office very long period of time, right? They mostly have a very stretched lower back, so that's the best thing. Now the next exercise, this is no brainer. This is something that you've always seen. It is called the knees to chest. Now the knees to chest is a great way to stretch out your lower back. Now just like the child pose where you are actually using your upper body to push downwards towards the gravity, this one you're trying to pull your knees towards your chest, making the gravity also pull towards your body, right? Now the next one, as you may or may not know, there's something called sciatica, which is somewhat rather kind of related to low back pain. And piriformis stretch is a fantastic way for you to stretch the piriformis muscle, which is a great contributor to the sciatica pain. So if you're going to stretch your piriformis muscle, this is one great way for you to do it, right? Now I'm going to show you guys a front view where I can explain to you how is this stretch really done. The first thing you gotta do is, as you may or may not know, fold your legs. The next thing, put your hands under your knees, right, like what I'm doing, and then try to pull the leg towards your chest. That's the key here. Pull the leg towards your chest, and as you pull it, remember, exhale. Don't inhale, because you won't be able to pull it, right? Because your stomach's going to be a block. So I want you to exhale when you pull it, and I want you to inhale when you relax. Now, the next thing here is pelvic rocking. Why is pelvic rocking so important? Pelvic rocking means practically tilting your pelvis forwards and backwards. Pelvic rocking is a fantastic way for you to engage your pelvis, your hips, kind of get it mobilizing, because you have done all these stretches, you already have the distraction. So now what you're going to do is you want to get the hips moving, tell your muscles that, hey, I'm going to start doing these exercises, so get moving, get mobilized, right? Now if you can't do the lying down one, you can always do this quadruped position one. Alright guys, we are back here and we are finally into the third phase, the strengthening exercises. The first thing we gotta do is pelvic bridging. Let's get those erectors and gluteus burning, right? Pelvic bridging is one of the best ways and easiest ways for you to actually start to strengthen your lower back. It's very simple, right? Now this is the beginner's way, 2 legs on the floor. Try to make sure that your body becomes a board, right? A straight board. If you can draw a straight line, you can see how straight my body is in that manner. That is what you want to achieve. It shows that you're not over tilting your pelvis, you're not over compensating with your lower back pain, right? This is a great way for you to do it. The next thing is, let's say if you feel like, oh, this is too easy for me, why not move one leg? This is called a single leg pelvic bridging. This is more for the intermediate and the more advanced style people where they actually want to focus more on their glutes, right? And this also helps to stabilize both sides of the pelvis. This is a front view of you to allow you to see. As you can see, again, like I said, you can see how straight you need to be in this exercise. Always remember, the key here is like you're going to tilt a ball downwards towards your face. It's kind of, yeah, the ball's going to hit your face. It's going to be hard, but yes, that's the key. Roll the ball down towards your body in an easy manner. Now, this is also a no-brainer. This is called the bird dog pose. The bird dog pose is such a fantastic exercise, which here I'm showing you is the beginner phase, right? If you don't know and if you're new to the bird dog pose, you can do what I'm doing now. Just single body movements before you move on to the somewhat rather more intermediate phase, which is this, what I'm showing now. Intermediate phase means you're doing opposite hand with opposite leg, which means right hand, left leg, left leg, right hand, right? And this is what you gotta do. Now, let's say you want to take it a step further, you want to be more advanced in this exercise, you can do the single body side stabilization, where you actually only stabilize on your left or your right side and the opposite side will be fully extended. Let me show you guys here a side view. What a great angle. I should have taken more videos on this angle, right? Anyways, this is what I'm talking about. If you have good core stability, this is what you can achieve.
What? Wait, whoa, Dasa, I did not see that coming. Is that a single body bird dog pose on only a single side, on your left hand and your left leg? How is that possible? Because, as you may or may not know, if you have good abdominal strength, as if you have a good core control, you can stabilize your muscles strong enough, and we've provided that your lower back is strong enough to stabilize together with your transverse abdominis and your rectus abdominis. It will allow you to have the full control of your body, where you can actually have a full functional stability for you to be able to do this little crazy exercise. So like I said, this is the expert level. So if you feel like you want to start from beginner, go ahead. Beginner, intermediate, expert. Rome was not built in a day, and your low back pain gotta take time to cure. So yes, enjoy the journey and you will flourish from it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I just popped out of nowhere. Anyways, let's get into the next exercise. This is called planks. I mean, come on, who doesn't know planks, right? So is plank a great exercise for your lower back? And why is plank included in a lower back exercise? It's due to the fact that planks actually engage a lot of your core muscles, your abdominals, which actually includes the lower back. A lot of people tend to overlook this, but my friends, studies have shown, right? If you do planks, you're not only engaging your abdominal muscles, but you're also engaging your lower back and your gluteus. That's the right way. Breathe in and out, control the abs, and try to hold for about 15 to 60 seconds. Hey, the longer, the better, right? And do you know that the world record for plank is about 8 hours plus? That's crazy. I can't even hold 1 minute. But yeah, if you want to try to change it up, hey, why not try this side plank? Because side planks actually engage more of your obliques and also engage more of your one side of your erector spinae. And this is a way for you to actually take things a little further. Like I said, beginner to intermediate and into advanced. Now, this next exercise, oh my god, I got so much to talk about this. So this exercise is called the reverse extensions, and I'm telling you guys, when I had a back pain or I had a back injury, right, this was one of the exercises that I really emphasized, because later on you will see, well, I don't want to tell you, right, and let me just explain to you about this exercise. These reverse extensions, you have to find a high table, right, where you can actually hold yourself, feel comfortable, and then get your pelvis to actually hang out of the table, or like I said, in this bench, and then finally try to squeeze your glutes and push your leg upwards. It's like somewhere already you're pushing weights off your foot, but this way you're doing it in the reverse manner.
You can also try the Chinese plank, right? You can search on Chinese plank. Chinese plank is also a great way. However, I feel personally this reverse extensions is a great way for you to engage your erectors, your glutes, and also your hamstring. It's a great back burner where you can actually do this at the end of your back exercises or even after a cardio session, right? This exercise, I guarantee you guys, if you do it about even after 2 sets of 10 reps, it's gonna burn your back. I swear, it's very hard. And like I said, remember to hold about 3 to 5 contractions because you really want to feel the contraction of the exercise when you are doing it.
Hold up. What in the world am I looking at, bro? Are you serious? How can you do this in the gym? This is gonna become a meme in the gym. Look guys, I'm here to help you cure yourself. I'm not here to teach you these hoax kind of things, right? This is a reverse back extension. Why is reverse back extension so important for your low back curing? It's due to the factor that our body, if you watch the mechanics, right, when we walk, our stride, we have to push backwards, then only we can go forward. If you can't do this reverse back extension, you can always do the usual Superman. I'll put up an image here how you can do a Superman lying down on the floor. Now, if you cannot do this reverse back extension, you can do Superman. The key here is for you to strengthen your overall lower back area on the posterior side, which means the back, all the way from the back, right? From your lower back, from your lumbar, all the way down. If you have a weak back, it's a very easy test as well. If you cannot do this fully, you cannot hold for even 10 seconds, it clearly shows that your lower back is weak. So this is a great functional exercise for you to strengthen all 3 muscles one shot: your hamstrings, your glutes, and your lower back.
Oh, alright, that's done with the pop-up. Now the next thing, you can see I'm holding a resistance band here. You can go on with the tension of resistance band depending on how you feel. I'm using a great resistance band. Make sure to find a bench like what I'm doing and then try to squeeze it, right? Get the resistance band in between your legs and hold it tightly with both your hands because you don't want that thing to snap and hurt yourself. Now what you're going to do is you're going to try to reach out forward, right? Try to feel how much of tension do you actually need in an erected manner. And then now I want you to really focus on the downward motion, guys. Okay, now this is going to be quite of a long elaboration, so try to follow up with me and try to actually observe what am I doing, what is the mechanics behind it, and try to understand why is this exercise such a great way for you to strengthen your lower back. Now the first thing that you want to understand is that this thing has to make sure that your spine is in an erected manner. Let me show you guys, right? Okay, if you can see this, look at how straight my spine is. And also one more thing, the neck position has to be ensured that you are not looking upwards, right? Try to maintain as much of a neutral position as possible. And finally, like I said, your back has to be straight, and once you start to go down, your knees can also have to bend, right? It's somewhat like a squat, but you're actually focusing more on the back extension. So always remember the back has to be straight. 1, 2. Constant tension. You're not going to use your arms to pull the band up. Instead, you're going to use your glutes and your hips thrust to ensure that the band and your body is getting erected. So that is where you are strengthening that particular part, your erector spinae, your quadratus lumborum, your gluteus muscles, right? Alright guys, so now this next exercise is an advanced manner of you doing the extensions, right? And this way is a kettlebell swing, or in my case it's dumbbell swing since I don't have a kettlebell. These are one of the best exercises for you to actually strengthen the posterior chain of your muscles and also improve on your hip thrust. So hey, this is a very, very advanced move. Yes, I understand, but if you can do it, right, and I know that you can do it if you're following through all the exercise that I've taught you, it's going to be beneficial for you. So I hope you enjoyed. This is all, and that is done from me, from the voiceover. I am so happy to teach you guys. I hope you learned so much. I'll see you guys in further videos if you're interested. Goodbye, tata from me.
Okay, this is the last pop for the video before I'm gonna end it. So this exercise is known as a hip thrust. Lumbar swings definitely is not something I recommend to a person who is just curing from back pain or who just had back pain. This is definitely for the more expert levels, those who want to strengthen their lower back even further, right? And now, the resistant band one is definitely something that you can start as a beginner, and the main focus here is for you to ensure that you are giving full contraction of your lower back, full engagement of your lower back, having a straight spine as if you're putting a stick at your back to make sure that the stick doesn't bend or your back doesn't go off the stick, right? And finally, is for you to feel the contraction. Remember, the eccentric control or the going down motion is very important compared to pulling it upwards and thrusting and squeezing, right? You can pull up and squeeze for 2 seconds. When you go down, that is the most important thing, because a lot of the muscles elongate when they are going downwards, when they are getting pulled. So you have to remember, you have to increase the tension force there to strengthen that particular part. So that's the reason why this exercise is very, very important for low back curing. Alright guys, so how was the video? I think I've explained quite a lot for you guys, trying to show you guys what is the best exercises and the most beneficial ones, and those, you know, which don't waste your time, because I don't want you guys to go on the internet and go and search so many things which will get you confused with how you're going to go about exercise. Of course, the first thing for you to do when you have a low back injury is for you to visit a medical professional, for example a doctor, a physiotherapist or a chiropractor, to get to see and know what is the issue with your lower back. If you need an MRI or you need an X-ray scan, even better, because then it will allow you to feel more calm and understand your situation better, and also it will allow the professional to know how to tackle your problem better. And yes, as I said in the beginning of the video itself, remember that medication and also painkillers are not the best cure for you. The best cure for you is exercise. And as clinical exercise physiologists, it is our duty to ensure to give you the best exercises for you to cure at the fastest way possible, the most easiest way possible, and the most functional way possible for you to carry out your life and feel happy forever. So I hope you enjoyed this video, right? It was fun for me to make this video as well. Don't forget to share out these videos to all your friends. Like the video, please. Every like will help me get a better mark. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if you love it, definitely you'll like it, right? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.